And
Oh,
then
yeah.
that's why I have the checklist to make sure. So yeah, just hit record and just want to make sure that it's okay to share with potential clients and other pharmacists out there for inspiration and things like that.
Great.
Okay. Excellent. So yeah, we'll just jump right into it. And so here I am with Diane Schultz, one of the senior coaches here at Pharmacy Career Coach. Very excited to talk with you today and get to know you better. I know you have many years of great experience. And so if we could just start off and if you could take us through your experience and through your career, I'd love to hear about it.
Great. Thanks, Mike. Great to be here. Great to see you. Like several pharmacists, I started off my career in retail. And, luckily I was recognized early and recognized my skill set early, that I was able to do a lot of the things that I loved in the retail space and kind of make it it kept interesting to me. But I think probably through that process and doing a variety of leadership roles, et cetera, I realized I kind of wanted to get out and get back more towards clinical work. Very similar story we hear from a lot of our clients today, but I wanted to get closer and I thought, well, maybe I should just go to a clinical space and that will start it. And so I did. I applied and got into a clinical role in an outpatient specialty clinic, and that just opened up my whole world. And that was awesome. And I found a real neat niche in medication safety, which added clinical plus had the people, the human factors, had a variety of other things that really kept me interested and involved in meeting with a variety of healthcare providers, making us better every day. I've been so lucky throughout to find where I'm really passionate about, as well as not afraid to change if something's not working anymore. And so anyway, I went through a few hospitals, I mean, not a few, but I went to a couple hospitals, was their med safety officer. And then this coaching idea came, and it was just like, this is perfect for me because I have a lot of the skills through a lot of the skills I've learned through my career was allowing me to be good at this work too. So I think the main thing is I just wasn't afraid to change if I got bored or it wasn't working anymore. And then I was able to do a variety of different things in the pharmacy world that really kept me interested and passionate about what I do.
I love that. And yeah, you have a great background, and you're absolutely right. It is like a lot of our clients out there that are seeking that new opportunity, especially transitioning outside of retail. And can you, I guess, elaborate a little bit more on it as to why you became a career coach at this point?
Well, I realized I've hired over 100 pharmacists in my career. So I'd seen the good, the bad, the opportunities and where there were for improvement when people came and interviewed with me. And I thought some of it seems so simple. And I think pharmacists have this, they just need to understand that it is simple, and they just need to hear from others that it's okay to be your best advocate, to explain the important things that a hiring manager might want to know. Pharmacist is a pharmacist, That's not true. We all have the same degree, but we all have different skill sets that we should be going after. I also found myself in my career mentoring several pharmacists and students, and I often got the question, Diane, you always seem so happy in your job. Why are you happy in your job? And so I thought, okay, I bet I have those things that I can share with clients as we move forward and make sure that they get those fulfilling jobs ahead as well. I still get calls not daily, weekly, from other colleagues and other people getting advice on, I'm not sure what to do in this characteristic of my job, and not even as part of career coach, but other than that, outside of the career coach role, some of my friends just call me and get advice from me. And I'm like, okay, I should be able to share that with others. So I'm having a blast being a career coach and helping pharmacists really meet their goals.
Excellent. And so, yeah, what are some of the types of clients that you're working with and that you like working with?
Yeah, I've not met a client I don't like working with. Everyone has such unique abilities and skills. It's really fun to get to know each of them and understand where I can help them best. And they all have different needs in that area. But overall, it's basically someone with a great attitude that is ready for change, that is not afraid to start promoting themselves, because we don't always do that very well. So those are the type of clients that really encourage me to keep, they get done, they get their fulfilling career faster, and they get more excited about the process and ingrained in the process. And they're the fun ones to work with, the ones that really want to make that change.
Excellent, excellent. And yeah, can you kind of give me an example of one of your clients and kind of take me where they were at, where they wanted to go, and really how you helped them accomplish that goal?
Yeah, so I had a really busy mom. I'm 3 kids, young, running them back and forth to different activities, as all moms do. She had not 1, but 2 jobs, and that really took her over full time. And then she and her husband both were pharmacists. They both decided together that they were going to study get board certified. And I'm like, wow, okay. And now you want to find a new job too. And so that client actually, with just a couple sessions, realized that, oh wow, I've got my priorities all goofed up. So she, of course, put family first, let one of her part-time jobs go away, and really focused on this career path and what she really wanted. And that was so fun to watch her just gain that confidence and move on to something that really fit into her lifestyle a lot better than where she was at when we started.
Excellent, excellent. And then I know you were in retail for quite some time. So can you tell me kind of a little bit more about your path as far as being in retail and what you had to do in order to make that transition?
Yeah. So literally, I knew I wanted to move to a different state when I graduated from college, and I just picked something on the map, and they said, well, we have an opening there. Perfect. Let's go. So I went there, and right away realized that, wow, I can make a difference in retail. So because I decided, or I was recognized right away that I could really help people get trained on a new computer system that we were getting in. And I was able to be a mentor as well easily. That was recognized right away. And so therefore they said, well, wait, you're a good trainer, you're a good mentor, maybe you should be a leader. So I took that opportunity, and they trained me to be a leader and a manager. And then after that, they said, you're doing so great at this, I think you should lead 2 or 3 retail stores. And then I went into a district manager role. And that was fabulous, because in that way I could look at the different needs of retail pharmacists, watching them, a lot of them being unsatisfied. And so we got some of the additional clinical care programs in retail that really helped pharmacists in retail become more satisfied with their job. However, there's a point where there's just so much outside, need to go faster, do it quicker, just get the prescriptions out as fast as you can. That became really unfulfilling. And so therefore, that's the time that I pivoted out of retail and went to more clinical setting.
Excellent, excellent. And yeah, how'd you really make that happen? Because there's so many people that want to get outside of retail, but what was it that made the difference for you, and how did you?
So I made that happen by understanding what was important to me, Mike. I said, these are the 3 things or 4 things. I think I actually had 5. These are what is really important to me. And one of the 5 was, I remember specifically, not to have a huge staff, because when I was district manager, I had like 250 pharmacists reporting to me, and I didn't want a huge staff. I wanted a staff, but I didn't need a huge staff. And so anyway, I looked at what was important to me and what I did really well, and I went after that job. And I found, by applying to a variety of places, a place that had what was important to me and got me out of retail into a more clinical setting. Now, one of my 5 I just mentioned was I didn't want a large staff. Well, I didn't really define large, and I walked into this clinical area and I had 30 people reporting to me. After about 3 years, those 30 people it was like, that was too much. I realized it was too much. And so again, I was really honest with myself and said, even though those are my top 5, I didn't really want a big staff. 30 is probably too much. Again, so I wasn't afraid to change and say, what I really like in my new position is this medication safety role that I had just a tiny little hat in. So I got some training in it, and I just went after it. And I found a medication safety job after that. So that's kind of how I pivoted from retail to more clinical to a more specialty role in medication safety, by being really, truly honest with myself and understanding what was important to me, as well as what I did really, really well.
Excellent, excellent. And so, yeah, working with a lot of different job seekers, I mean, what is one big tip that you would give to all those pharmacists out there that are looking for something new or looking to get started?
Yeah, I think similar to my journey, understanding what's really important to them. I have clients that say, I just want to work in a hospital. I just want to get out of retail. I want to work in a hospital. Well, what part of that hospital do you really want to work at? What is really important? What is interesting about that hospital work you really want to do? And understanding, look at that job description. Are those really true to what you are and who you are? So really understanding not necessarily the absolute job, but understanding the skills that you need, if you like those things, if the schedule and location and all the things work out in your personal life. I think that is really important to understand what you're doing. You can throw a bunch of resumes out there, but if you don't really know what you want, you're not going to be able to explain that if you get that interview, and you're not going to come across as confident and effective as you could be if you didn't really start with that clarity of who you are.
Excellent, excellent. And so, yeah, I guess what is it that you provide to those pharmacists that have lost that confidence or need that confidence boost within the job search?
Yeah, I think the structure is really important. Sometimes clients want to just jump right in and just get that resume out there. But as you know, a lot of the tools that we use in our program are so effective in making sure they have what they need as far as a good resume, a good cover letter, a good presence on social media, etc. Those things are really important. And through that, we're talking every week about their skills, what they want to do in their job, or what's important to them and in their job. That coaching, along with basically that those background things as far as having all their tools together, really makes for a great presentation when they get out to interview and apply for jobs. But I think what the most important thing I found with my clients is that confidence piece. I have a 20 guy that's been working in the same job for 25 years. He doesn't know how to do it. He's afraid to apply. And I went, afraid to apply? Okay. So that's where we're starting with him. We're getting him 3 applications a week, right? Just starting slowly in that piece. So that structure plus that confidence and being your own best advocate is really, really important. I have one thing that I often send to my clients right before they're going in for their interview. I send a little text or a little email to them, and basically it says, you bring a lot to the table and it's okay to act like it. And it's really about being, maybe you call it humble yet boastful, but you can still boast about yourself. You can still tell people how great you are, but do it in a humble way.
I love that. I love that. That's so important. And yeah, we see it time and time again where that makes all the difference. And so then I guess elaborating a little bit more on helping pharmacists stand out. There's so many pharmacists that feel like they're in a saturated job market. They feel like maybe they don't have the right experience, or not enough, or too much. I mean, it really is all over the place. But what is kind of the ways that you make these pharmacists stand out and really do more than they even know is possible?
Yeah, so one of the things that I've used in my career, as well as I encourage my clients, is really about the networking piece. Who do they know in their area? Who is doing that work that they think that they want to do? I've got a client right now who's a retail pharmacist, pretty young, out of school, but has a master's and a variety of other great great things on his resume to be able to promote and things he's done in school, etc. He wants to make that jump to be in industry. And he doesn't know a lot about that actual job, like being a medical science liaison, other than what he reads and that kind of thing. So connecting him with other MSLs and other people that are doing that job has helped him grow his confidence and his thoughts around, is that really a job I want to do? So that networking is crucial. So who do you know in your area? Can you go back, even if you're, not as far out of school as I am, can you go back to your professors and have them help you connect? Can you get involved in local societies and that kind of thing in the areas you want to work? Can you walk into a clinic that you are interested in and talk to the pharmacist at the front? Those are the different things you can do that really can make you stand apart.
I like that a lot. Yeah, absolutely. And then I was just going to touch base a little bit on interviewing and just what you bring to the table. I know you have that great tip of giving them that positive push right before the interview. But what other ways are you able to help these pharmacists within that interview process?
Yeah. So one of the things that I almost mandate with my clients, one of them didn't want it, but I think it would have helped, but is a mock interview. And that mock interview is invaluable because a lot of it today, we know a lot of it's online, just like here. And my most recent mock interview, I had the pharmacist sat really close to the screen. I'm like, okay, sit back, right? And then his glasses kept falling. And I could just watch them slowly go down his nose. And I'm like, okay, so just those minor little things that you can do to, make yourself look a lot more professional, the background, et cetera, things like that are really important. And so that mock interview and listening, having them listen to themselves talk in front of an interviewer, which is me, I'm using myself as that, has really helped them as well. And so, and it's real-time feedback. So that's awesome as well.
Excellent. And then also just touching on those that really need direction or are kind of lost within their search. So what are some ways that you really help identify those strengths or weaknesses or just that next stage in their career?
Oh, there's a lot of varieties that, what, my dog just walked in. Hold on just a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Come on, that's why we can edit.
Jasmine. Go upstairs. I'm so sorry.
What kind of dog is it?
Oh, she's a Australian Shepherd mix.
Oh,
and
cool.
she's 14, so she's old and kind of deaf. So no, I'm sorry. I knew I was going to be distracted thinking she might bark or something.
Yeah, no worries. I just had a lawnmower go off. So actually, can you hear that lawnmower at all?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we're good then. So, and again, we'll just pick it right off of, was basically just asking about those that really need that direction or really need that guidance as they're getting started within their job search.
Yeah. So there's some tricks. There's a few tricks that, we share with our clients. One of them really is, though, about not just going on Indeed every day or just going on a certain search site every day and just thinking that you're going to get something sent directly to you. You really need to target the areas that you want. I found that some of the jobs on some of those search sites are like old, they've already been filled, that kind of thing. So if there is a hospital in your area that you want to go after and want to work there because you've heard great things about it or it's something that you really want, go to their career site right away. Go to get really familiar with what that hospital or that area is offering. So I think that's the piece that is one of the things that you do need to do that. And you need to put a time on your calendar to do your job search. Life gets so busy. You've got your full-time job. Most of my clients have this full-time job and they have a family and they've got all these other things, and putting that time on your calendar, giving yourself permission a few times a week to do your job search and work on the homework that I give you or things that you need to do to improve your resume, et cetera, work on your resume. That's really important that you just give yourself that time, because you can make this job search last months or you can be weeks, but you've got to put some attention towards it. So put it on there just like you would put on your doctor's appointment or your kid's soccer game. So put that on there, give yourself some time to really look at that, because in the end, it'll be worthwhile.
That's great. And then just the last question I have for you, and it's just really more, what specialties or what settings do you like to work with? I know there's a variety of different settings out there. Everyone always thinks of retail and hospital, but what else are you seeing out there that you're really able to help these pharmacists achieve?
There has been so much pivot towards remote work that we've seen, and that's becoming very exciting for a lot of working moms, a lot of pharmacists that are working moms. The remote work seems to be something that's really growing. Areas in health plans and that kind of thing, they seem to be looking at quality and of course cost savings things, putting attention towards cost savings and quality, and pharmacists can help with that. So there's some unique positions out there that we may not have ever thought about in our days in pharmacy school that we could do, but there's so many different things available for pharmacists to get involved in. Excellent.
Well, Diane, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to connect with us here and connect with all the pharmacists out there. It's just such a great opportunity to be able to work with you, and all the pharmacists that you're out there helping are greatly appreciative of everything that you do. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's great fun. Take care.
All right, thank you. All right, I'll pause it there. Excellent. Well, that was good. I think we literally covered everything. I'm just going to stop the recording there.